cooking time again. So what we're doing this video is a whole strip loin. I'm going to cook it just like I do the prime rib, low and slow. And the video is not really about this. The video is about what I'm recording it on. I picked up some new kit, Sony A7 Mark III. The zoom lens I have coming for it won't be here till Tuesday, so I'm using the 55mm lens. And it's kind of too cramped in here for me to be using that, but this is just a quick and dirty video just to see how it works out. I haven't really read instructions on this thing. I'm just using the auto mode, and I'm curious to see how good or bad the video comes out, and you guys will be along for the ride. So this is just going to sit for an hour. I want to get the temperature up to room temperature. It'll cook more evenly that way. I've told you that before. And on that note, I'll turn you back on when something happens. Okay, back at it. Temperature. I'm going to say 220. Let's see if we can cook this all week. I'll let that preheat. And I have to dry the strip loin off so I can throw some spices and stuff on it. And this is going to be messy. Okay. Let's keep it all clean. So the reason for the new camera, I've got a pack trip planned for the end of September, and there was no bloody way I was taking that Canon with the telephoto lens on it. The Canon with the lens weighs a little over 7 pounds, which is heavier than the boat I'm taking. So it would just be too much. I initially thought I was going to buy the Sony, what was it, the RX10 M4, love?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was just an all-in-one bridge camera. But then, of course, we had one of Robin's favorite terms, scope creep. And I kept looking at the A's and going on up, and finally settled on this A7 III. And yeah, I'm super impressed with it. I guess I should be for the money. But it is a pretty slick setup. And it's just going to go everywhere now. So it'll sit in the bow bag of my pack raft, and I still have to be careful with it. It's not waterproof. But it'll definitely do the bow run, which is what I'm planning to do, justice. Let's see if I can do this without making the kitchen look like a CSI crime scene. Yeah, so obviously this isn't a dry-aged strip loin. So I don't know how much liquid is going to come out of this, and I'm putting it in a shallow pan. I'm expecting there's going to be a lot. So it's my first time doing a whole strip loin. Okay, with the strip loin, you're going to cook it fat side up. So while I'm here, I'll just spice up the bottom of this. And what I'm going to use is the Cabela's spice, the all-purpose. I'm not putting any fat on this because, as you can see, there's plenty on it. So this is just open season Cabela's all-purpose seasoning. It's not Robin's favorite, but I like it. Woo-hoo, look at that. And another problem with that is the pan is a little bit too narrow for this roast. My plan is to contain the ends with this aluminum foil. Okay. Oop. And while this is cooking, I know I'm going to have to just keep watching how much liquid is going into this shallow pan. So, hon, can you grab me the garlic?
So you're probably going to need more.
Throw some more on, just don't let it touch the.
That's easy enough to do.
Yeah, put another one on. Let's not be afraid of the garlic.
It's good for you.
Okay.
You want to put some in, or you just put it in the pot?
Yeah, because it's going to go down in the pan anyway, and then I'm going to baste as I'm going.
Just scrape them off the pan. That's good. And then
And more went out.
other spices.
Oh, this smells good already. It's done.
Tenderloin sushi.
Yeah. with that other failed great idea, chicken sushi,
Pork sushi.
pork sushi. Yeah, let's not be afraid of this spice. Okay, so hopefully my plan, because it does overhang a bit, that the tinfoil should contain it. And I think I will just salt this as well. So I'll bring the camera over and let you see. It's on the tripod, so it's hard for me to move this thing properly. Looks good. Okay, so let's say goodbye. Goodbye. And I'll look at it in an hour. Yeah, I can't believe the size difference in that Sony A7 and the Canon.
Are you speaking to me?
I'm talking to the camera, look. Like I was saying, I can't believe the size difference. With this Sony camera. I got to learn a lot about it, of course, because there's so much to it. So far, I really like it. And I haven't done any settings on this camera. I just turn it on auto, hit the movie button, and I just want to see how it looks just as is, and then I'll go from there. So an experiment, and it gives me an excuse to cook about 50 pounds of beef. Oh, and I'm wearing what is this?
Bread?
No, the Gourmet Goddess. Yeah. Anyway, I'll turn you back on in a little bit. Okay, seeing as how I'm in the cooking mode, and Robin's hungry.
Hey,
Feed Robin, must feed Robin. I'm gonna do some tenderloin. Woohoo! Oh, we got 4 good tenderloin. dry them off. Okay. And for these, we are using this spice. How do you pronounce this?
I have no idea.
Says good.
Sizgid? Yeah, Sizgid spice.
It's good.
This is good when you get this spice. It's so good. This is Robin's favorite. She's weird. I didn't tell her that I actually wasted all the spice, and this is actually sawdust. Woo-hoo. Let's get that wholesome Sizgid spicy goodness in there. I love cooking tenderloin. It's just so easy to cook it. Doesn't take a lot, and the results are excellent. Excellent. Okay. See if I can get this glove back on now without. And we'll use tallow. We're going to use our crusty pan. Yeah, let's get all that goodness. You're a mean one. And the finch. And one of my favorite little devices. Robin casting her eye over the camera.
A hungry eye.
Wasn't that a song? Hungry Eyes? Did they
What?
write that about you?
No.
Hungry Eyes.
Oh, I was looking at the food.
Woohoo! Let's just do it 3 minutes aside. Tenderloin is good. Very, very good. get rid of this. So I got the focus, the autofocus switch to AFC. See how that goes. The first video of preparing the strip loin, everything was focusing all over the place. Again, this is just an experiment. I'm not going for perfect. It is what it is. I've already looked at the video on the computer, and the sound, I'm actually quite impressed. I haven't done anything with the levels or anything on that, and it sounds quite good. Better than the GoPro. It's going to be good. So with the whole strip loin, once I get the temperature up to about 115, I'm going to take it out, just going to let it rest for a bit. Then I'm going to turn the oven up to 450. Then I'm going to put the strip loin back in and just sear it on convection. And yeah, and then that'll be good to go. And that's Robin's supper. Okay. Another 3 minutes. Yeah, I got to tell you, these crusty pans are really, really nice. I am mispronouncing that on purpose because it drives Robin nuts. Does not Robin? Crusty pan? I want to check it. I do not want to overcook tenderloin. Minute and a half left. Okay, I'd say we're done. Woohoo! Nailed it! Nailed it! Yeah, let's get some of that greasy goodness in there. Okay. You can see. Whee! And this is what this is for. Just to let the tenderloin rest. Let's taste some of this fatty goodness. Ooh, that's potent. I find it's easier to just wipe up as much of the fat that you're going to discard before you wash the pan. So that way, because we don't have a grease trap, it doesn't end up in the drain. It's good. Burr. Your tenderloin is done, my duck.
Thank you, my love.
My sugar plum. My reason for living. It's the ThermaPen by ThermaWorks. It's a fantastic thermometer, meat thermometer. Very quick, very accurate. Okay, a bit of a surprise. I checked the temperature of that strip loin, and it was done. Now I have turned the. I did have the oven on convect, so that would account for some of it. But yeah, I'm surprised it cooked so quickly. So when I'm letting it rest, I'm cranking the oven up to 450, and in a few minutes I'm just going to toss it in, sear it, and then she's good to go. Can't believe that's done. That's amazing. These are the tenderloin. We already ate 2. Well, I believe that's done. That's amazing. Actually, I could transfer it to another pan and put it back in, but minus the grease and that's in the bottom. There'd be less smoke. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Technology.
We have the technology. And I'll raise it up off the thing so the bottom can get some love as well. Okay, now how am I going to do this? Very careful. Crusty, crusty, crusty. Woohoo!
You want a fork and a knife?
Oh, I'm just going to put it on a popsicle stick. Well. There's definitely a crust. Cutting this is going to be fun.
Oh yeah, we don't have a cutting board either.
Not that large. No, we can use it, drape it over a smaller pan on the end, and just put a small cutting board here.
Yeah. Those thin ones will work for
Yeah.
at least for cutting.
It will be fine.
The roasty part.
So that's our tenderloin, or our strip loin. That is that. So I'll post this video. We'll see how it looks. I'm not worried if it's great or bad or somewhere in between. This is just a first kick at the can. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Yeah, so this is the strip loin cooked. Look at that. I mean, this is the heel of it, and man, this is good. So what we'll do with this now, when it cools off more, I'll slice it all up and package the individual pieces in Ziploc bags or something, or I might wrap them, you know, between parchment or something. And then as the week or the next 2 weeks go on, we can pull one out of the freezer the night before, just leave it in the fridge, and by the time you get home for supper, you can just, you know, buzz it in a bit of tallow or even warm it up in the microwave. So none of this will go to waste. And it's a good way to buy your meat if you've got the ability to cook it like this and store it, especially in a deep freeze. I don't think it would last in the fridge. I don't think it'd be, well, it's just myself and Robin, so I don't think 2 people could eat this before it would turn. So we won't risk it. Anyway, I'm very pleased with that. That definitely came out fantastic. Yeah, and I'll post this video up, and, you know, sling your arrows if you have to. But other than that, thanks for watching.